Windows wide open. And I'm in here just doing whatever I do. And it's all good. In fact, I was over here. This is the kind of like the back door to the utility closet. And, we're actually having a septic tank or septic system inspection done at the moment. And I'm in here and I'm just doing my own thing, just, doing the floor, mud, whatever I'm doing. I smell this foul smell. Now, the guy was here, he's been here for, I don't know, about an hour-ish or so. And he was looking for the tank, and well, he found it. But suddenly, the smell of last night's dinner came out, and I could smell it. So, no fear. There's no names or no faces going on this unless you want it. But I'm on YouTube right now, just posting a live right now. Again, no names and no faces or anything unless you want it. But we do have a wonderful company out here that's taking care of this shit for us, literally shit for us. I kind of like, I was in the house just doing my own thing, and then I could smell shit, so I knew that they found something. So it looks like we might be into a big setup here. The thing is I believe this house was built somewhere in the mid 50s, and we're probably dealing with a system that's probably about that old. Just generally, what's the average life? I mean, let's just say like from this era.
Well, it depends on what material the tank's made out of. It depends on the soil content. It depends on how the water percolates away.
So there's a lot of
anywhere from, say, 5 years if the soil's really bad, might need a new leach, or it could last 60 years.
Okay.
But metal tanks, they don't do as well.
Of course, but that's all they had back then. The plastic wasn't really around, in the 50s. So, I mean, it was there, but it wasn't, I guess they didn't think of it. It's kind of like when I was born, I'm older than dirt, but the thing is they just didn't know what to do with the dirt when I was born, so that's cool. I'll tell you what, there's one thing I know about these guys right here, and again, no names, no faces at the moment. Their immune systems have to be fucking bulletproof, just bottom line, because when you get into this many types of organisms and whatever else, the things that you can't see that kill you, when you get into as many as these guys do, I bet you they walked through COVID and there was no problem with that stuff. Am I about right?
Yeah, I never took the jab and I just kept on working.
Yeah, see? Yeah, essential worker,
I was doing gas for Northern Pipeline at that time, so I couldn't stop working.
I couldn't either, as an electrician. Who are you going to call when your respirators go down? It's like, yeah, we had back in Illinois, we had permission. We actually had paperwork. They wouldn't pull us over, but because there was that lockdown period when we all got locked down, but we didn't. Hell no.
Man, the traffic down the hill was great at that time.
Oh, I saw videos of the traffic down the hill, and that was the amazing thing. Nobody on the freeways. People doing 120 miles an hour.
Yeah, I was going freaking speed limit, and people were passing me or sometimes I was going 80, and people were passing me like I was going still. I'm like, calm down, guys.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But, well, fortunately, most of us made it all through that, and we don't have to worry about that kind of stuff again.
Yeah, I was working out of Eastville at that time, but I was traveling down to Seal Beach, and I would make it there in like 45 minutes because there was nobody on the freaking road.
So yeah, Seal Beach. So I lived in Whittier and I was working in Santa Ana, and that's the 605 down to the 5, and Santa Ana. It took for 27 miles. 27. That was the distance. It took me at least. And I drove. I'm being a dick sometimes, but I drove. I couldn't get there no earlier than 1 hour. It took 1 hour to drive 26 fucking miles.
Yeah.
And coming home, depending on the 5, the 405, they were both equally screwed. Yeah, hour and a half 26 miles. Oh, I'd have loved it during COVID. Oh man, I would have just that'd been great. And nobody was messing with anybody back then, but
Yeah.
and it's getting to be like that out here down, actually, because 20 years ago out here, going down Main Street and all that stuff, there was really nobody ever here. But now it's like,
Yeah, it takes 45 minutes to get to the freeway from Apple Valley.
pretty much, yeah. Yeah, I-15 is a lot long. It seems a lot further away than what it really is, but it's crazy. So what we've got going on here, I'm gonna speak to my video here. So what we've got going on here is we've got a septic system. I'm not very familiar with them. I'm just kind of learning myself, but it has a steel tank, and well, that's last night's dinner floating. That's the best way I could put it. Yeah, I'm not trying to be gross. It is what it is. So what? Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm going to go through these questions here. So, hold on a second. Hi, farming and fishing with Nolan. What are we doing? This is a septic inspection. We're looking to sell the property. There's a house on the property, a one-bedroom house, and that's just part of the thing. It's like we're going to take care because we're the sellers. I'm not the seller. I work for the seller, but I'll say we just to keep it short. We the sellers we're taking the initiative, and we're giving good septic inspection. And well, they've found some issues here apparently, and that's okay because this house was built in like 1950. And with the steel tank, apparently what they found is a steel tank. With that, you're going to have some issues because steel rusts and all that kind of stuff. So that's what's going on. So we have stub num FN. No, we're not digging to China. We're only probably going to about, I don't know, what would you say, 12 inches, maybe 18. Yeah, we're only doing about 18 inches down, and well, we found the tops of the tanks. Oh, hey, that sounds pretty good actually right there. There's a lid right there, isn't it?
Right here.
Oh no, because so check this thing out. I'm gonna go over here and look at your truck right now.
And does the one toilet flush?
Beautifully once we replaced it, yeah.
Oh, okay, so it's on there now. And if you flush it, it would come in here.
Would you want me to go flush it? Or?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, we all work in the trades around here, so we all help each other out. Those are the septic guys. I'm an electrician, to be honest with you, but I have many talents. And so he wants me to flush the toilet. And I won't show you what's in the toilet because, well, I don't want to get banned. Okay. So let's go see what he says about flushing the toilet.
Anyway, come through. So.
What do you think?
Came through real good, but the tank really rusted and decayed. So
Well, and also I don't know.
we're gonna turn that down.
Well, with over here, like underneath the kitchen sink, the window here, there's a pipe. They cut slices into the pipe, I guess to let out whatever was backing up at one time or
Maybe they
another.
were having trouble.
So that's something.
That's
I
how they
mean,
were getting by.
yeah. If you want to take a look at that, and let's just throw it all on one bill and make it happen.
Well, we don't go in. We're not plumbers.
No, it's right here on the outside of the house. See, like right here. If you go down about 6 inches, you'll see where we kind of like put a piece of tape over it.
Yeah, no, we don't deal
No,
with the plumbing.
not quite that. Okay, no problem, no problem. That's what,
And we know the toilet gets in. So.
okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah, that's what we're concerned about.
Just the shitter, huh? So we have a vacuum truck here. I don't know how I could take a picture without exposing. Yeah, let me do it like this. There you go. So it's a big vacuum truck. It's basically a big, huge shop vac on wheels. This thing is gnarly. So how do you rate these things as far as, you know, the suction? Is there like, you know, you compare it to like 10,000 shop vacs or?
No, they call it inches because it's vacuum.
So inches of mercury?
Inches of something, yeah.
Okay. It's just
So,
one badass suction.
Yeah, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it's a vacuum, not pressure. So.
Yeah, it's vacuum. Yeah. That's what I was explaining.
But every time you put a gauge on it, it always goes bad anyway. So we just judge it by if it pumps good.
You can actually say the gauge is full of shit, you know. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. So yeah, we got a huge vacuum truck out here. This is all part of the septic inspection process. What they have to do, there's a couple of lids that they need to find, and the man, he came out here a couple hours ago, and he's digging away. But at this point, the tank is so degraded, it seems like that fuck locating the lids. We're just going to get a big ass excavator out here and probably dig the whole thing up and start over again. So the newest thing is plastic, right? Like a PVC or an ABS or something like that, or?
No, we use concrete when we install.
Oh, really? So like a cinder block kind of?
No, it's just like a vault.
Okay, yeah, a vault. Okay, so it's already pre-made. You got the separator in there and all that.
Yeah, it's precast.
Yeah, right on. I guess that would make it a lot easier, huh?
Yeah, they still make plenty of plastic, but we don't like the plastic because they collapse.
Gotcha. Yeah, the weight of vehicles and all that crap. So yeah, so you heard it right out of the cat's mouth there. Concrete's still the way to go, because, well, guess what? A lot of good shit's made with concrete. Well, if you look at the aqueducts, I guess where's that in where are those aqueducts at? I don't know, Egypt or Rome or I don't know, somewhere back there. They got aqueducts over 2,000 years old, made of concrete, and they still work. So you hear the truck ramping up, and it's going to start sucking this tank, if it's even a tank anymore. And I'll tell you what, it stinks like shit. I almost want to fucking blow chunks right here. It's bad. Hey, am I in the danger zone? Am I gonna get splashed on here? Or?
No, you're good.
Okay. Well, warn me ahead of time. I don't want to be a part of it. Hell yeah. And you know, it's nasty shit. Like literally, it really is nasty shit. But that might have been a lid to the tank at one time, and well, it's worn through. It's rusted through. So he's got his like 150,000 shop vacs running at the same time to, you know, I guess that's the comparison. And yeah, you see stuff moving around in there. This is nasty. Man, this is nasty. Heck yeah. I'll tell you what, it's a local company. You know, we're feeding the local economy. Everybody's all right. You know, we're all good. And you know, see, here's the thing about it. In order to make America run, you know, the simple jobs or even the more complex jobs, you need somebody that's willing to bust their ass and get out there and do some work. And this is the stuff it's a thankless job. You know, nobody ever appreciates this. But without these people and what they do, well, we would have turds coming out of our bathtubs, because that's usually the lowest point of the drain, you know. And but nobody ever thanks them, and nobody ever gives them a thought until, well, maybe your septic system backs up. And I just want to let you know that I appreciate you.
Oh,
you know, it's not my property or anything, but I do appreciate you.
Well, it's a business that's never going away.
Well, as long as we're eating.
Unless everybody stops cooking.
Stops eating, yeah. Because what goes in got to come out eventually, right?
Yeah.
So I guess we found. So this isn't. Would this be like an intact lid that you found? One that's intact, one that's still in place.
Yeah.
Okay.
If there's no holes in it, it'd be a lot better. But well, I'm not standing on it because I don't feel like swimming.
Oh, could you imagine, like, physically falling into it? Like, I was talking with the man earlier, with the technician here. I was speaking with him, and because I've seen the aftermath of cars parking on top of these things and they fall in. But could you imagine just like standing somewhere and just fall into a pile of shit? I mean, yeah, that's crazy. That's really crazy. But yeah, this is one of those jobs. Mike Rowe, I think, you're familiar with dirty jobs, right?
Yeah.
Mike Rowe, and he went around the world doing all these weird shit.
Yeah, I love that show.
I'm pretty sure that he's done one that's like this. Yeah. That guy, if you ever read the bio on that guy, did the actual Google search, that dude bullshitted himself into where he's at today. He was like a conductor for a major symphony orchestra and all kinds of stuff. And he was just lying his way through it. But now he's got his own thing going on, and he's doing pretty well. But yeah, we all love Mike Rowe. Dirty jobs. I'm just waiting to see this lid pop open so we can see the real stuff. What I was showing you earlier was just like a hole in the tank. I'm going to stand back because I just have a funny feeling this is just going to get flung on me. I don't want to be a part of it. I swear I don't. So, for all of you people out there that have a shitty job, you ain't got shit. Because look at this. This is real shit. Like I said, I think I recognized last night's dinner. Oh, listen to this. Here we go. That's the sound of solid chunks getting sucked up into the vacuum. Yeah, it's something else. It really is. And of course it goes back to the truck and all that. I'm gonna get out of their way because I'm just a spectator. Look. Here's one true thing in life. If you're not helping, you're definitely in the way. No matter what. If you're not helping, you're definitely in the way. So I'm going to get out of the way. Yeah, we'll let these guys do their thing, and I'll probably have some pictures and maybe post a short or something like that.
It doesn't matter if we end up with jagged edges.
Oh, yes, that's how you do it. Tap, 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 the lid falls in. You hear all that shit getting sucked up? Fuck yeah. So this pretty much means we failed the inspection. When I say we, I'm talking on behalf of the property owner. Yeah. That sounds like your toilet times 1,000. So I guess we're gonna put some temporary caps on this thing, and we definitely failed this one. So it's all right though. It's all right. This is what it. When you're not in like the city, and you're just like hanging out, and you kind of move into the rural areas. You're out here in the rural, and you don't necessarily have a sewer system. Well, guess what? You're most likely on a septic system, and this is normal everyday stuff for these guys, especially with where we're at. But this is what it is. It is what it is. It is. That's just it. We're all human. We all eat. We all shit, piss, and we turn on our faucets and wash our dishes and all that stuff. All that stuff comes out into this shit. And again, this is one of those thankless jobs where nobody ever appreciates. See, now we got this guy here. He's eating a sandwich while smelling this shit. That's pretty good. So you finally got over the initial while you're trying to eat and smell this, or
it just never really bothered me.
Okay, well, he's got a much stronger constitution than I do, trust me.
Well, I grew up with cows and horses and everything, so that kind of stuff didn't.
Wow. Yeah, that's hardcore. I guess it does make the difference, though, growing up on the farm.
I don't snow cow shit or horse shit anymore.
So you
no fun to that too.
You can go through Norco and not smell a thing, right?
Not a thing.
Damn it. Because Norco, yeah, that's one of those places where, yeah, if you're not used to it, oh God.
Yeah, I could go through Dairyland and not smell a damn thing.
That's impressive. That really is. That's awesome. And like I said, you know, these guys have immune systems that are bulletproof. You couldn't give these guys most illnesses at all, you know, because they deal with it on a daily basis, and no matter what, there's always that microscopic stuff that's like up under the fingernails, or I don't know, even left on their skin, even though they've showered and sanitized and all that stuff before they even walk into their houses. Just the odor alone, if you think about it. You know those people that leave their toothbrushes like sitting in that little toothbrush tray on the bathroom sink? Think about it. The odor of somebody taking a shit, well, those are little itty bitty tiny particles of shit. If that wasn't true, then you wouldn't smell this shit. So when somebody farts or somebody shits, there's little particles of that shit going up in the air. And that is going to settle on your toothbrush that's sitting in that little handy cup in the bathroom on the sink. So whenever you brush your teeth and you have your toothbrush in that little handy dandy cup, you're putting shit into your mouth. And that's just a fact. That's just the way it works. You're putting shit into your mouth every time you brush your teeth. So I myself, I keep my stuff out of the bathroom, and I don't. I'll be honest with you, and excuse the French, but I don't fuck around. It's gross. It's gross if you think about it. So, anyways, so. It's not the worst one you've ever seen, right?
No, we've done pretty tough ones before.
Okay. This is a minor. Yeah, this is just a little minor thing, but yeah, there's some work to be done here. I'll tell you that. So when you dump that truck, is there a special, like, you know, biohazard waste plant you dump it at, or you take it out to the nearest field and just dump it out there, or? Really? It's not a bio waste like a hospital would. Okay. Wow. Okay. So, well, you throw it out.
Otherwise, we'd have placards.
True. I never thought of that. Yeah.
No placards.
No placards. Yeah, that's right. Because if any state was ever going to make you put placards on it, it'd be California. Trust me. With all the regulations and stuff. So you could just go dump this in like a big open field with everybody else's, and you'd end up with fertilizer. Okay. There's no like trying to reclaim it for fertilizer or anything like that you know of. I mean, I'm just asking, you know. No.
I don't know what they do with it after that.
Yeah, sewage. Yeah, whatever they do with it. Mike Bro would know. But yeah. So it's pretty interesting here. So you got a couple guys out here at almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and again, this is things that, you know, people do for a living, and they're providing services that we need, you know, or some of us need, because not all of us are on a septic system. Most of you people watching this, you're probably on a city sewer system, and when your drain backs up, you just call Roto-Rooter. They come out and they run the stink through the pipe, and it's all done. But when a septic system backs up, you could run that snake for months and you will never clear it out. When the septic backs up, you have to call these people out, because they're going to come out and pump it out. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Here. Oh boy. I know you can't see it, but I can see it. That probably looks like, I don't know, a couple feet of shit. I'll tell you what, I wish my girlfriend sucked as good as that thing did. But we won't go there. I ain't got a girlfriend, by the way, but anyway. Oh, here's a good one. Here's a piece of equipment I haven't talked about yet. So this is a Wi-Fi enabled, apparently. It's a camera system. They'll put that shit into your pipes and see if your pipes are all fucked up. But the tank is fucked up, so that means the rest of it's fucked up. And it is what it is. So you got the, I guess, the fiber optic, or you got the flexible line for the camera. And then up here you have the wand, which is going to give you the picture of what they see. These are neat. These are really neat. They're also very expensive, by the way. You're professionals. Only your professionals will have this thing. Have you had a chance to run this, or do you need to run this? Have you had a chance to run it, or do you need to run it?
Oh, we need to run it to check out the leak line.
Cool. I'll definitely check that out. Yeah. So there's several components to the septic system. You know, you've got your toilet, your sink, and all that stuff, and then what that does, it goes down into a multi-chamber vault or tank that's underground, and from there it separates the solids from the liquids and so forth and so on. And your liquid, if it was a closed system, your liquids that you know, your dishwashing and showering and all that, it would just fill up the tank and it would be like full immediately. So the way it works is, you know, you've got this multi-chambered tank or vault or whatever you want to call it underground, and what happens is your waste from your house comes into it, and it's set up in a way to where it lets the liquids flow on through, but it stops the solids, you know, your turds and your garbage disposal crap and all that, your grease. And so what happens from there is it flows over into a second chamber, and the second chamber is a better, it catches the stuff that the first chamber doesn't catch. And then after the second chamber, it goes into what's called a leach field. Just look it up sometime. Leach field in a septic system. So the camera system at this point, because we already know the tank is fucked, and I flushed the toilet, and the flow from the toilet seems to be adequate. What they're going to do with that camera is they're going to go ahead and put that down into the leach field. And that might be an interesting picture as well. So what the leach field is they're made up in many different ways. They could be just a single pipe going out into the ground, and just kind of just all that liquid that comes out of that second chamber, all just the liquids, all those liquids come out and just kind of just, you know, fade into the ground, basically, you know, absorb into the ground. So, but those things, they fail too, you know. You could have a perfect, from my understanding, you could have a perfect septic system, but if your leach field is screwed, then your system, it just totally fails, the whole thing. Everything works together in a way to where it's, you know, it just works together. And I don't know whoever thought of all this stuff, but it was actually pretty smart. And it's very sanitary. I know it sounds gross, you know, you got your shit water and all that stuff going into the dirt, but in reality, you know, if you think about it, the dirt and the rocks will actually clean the water that's going into it. You know, that's how we have like springs and stuff like that, because the water will flow through all that, through the sand and through the dirt and through the rocks, and at the other end, you might actually end up with pure drinking water. It sounds gross, but that's the way it works. It's really a neat thing. So they're going to get ready to. They're gonna run this camera here pretty soon. I'm gonna set the phone down for a second. I gotta. Guess what? I gotta go take a leak. So I'm gonna flush the toilet. So he's down there with the camera. He's down there like taking pictures of all that shit. So shit, literally. A lot of shit in this video. I'll tell you that. And it's all right. It's all good. These are good people. They're a little bit late today, but you know what? They're doing their job. And it's a shitty job, of course. That's the way it works. I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I appreciate you holding out and hanging out for this station vacation. So here we go. Just in the nick of time here. So we're gonna see how this thing operates here. Pretty interesting. So there's gonna be like a CPU or something that sends power to the camera, comes back, and then converts it into a picture that we can see on the screen. So that's all ran off a DeWalt. Is that a DeWalt system then?
The battery is hooked up for a DeWalt battery.
So actually, if you buy that unit, you could have it like for Milwaukee or DeWalt or.
I actually don't know on that one.
Okay. That's pretty cool though. So it's a common battery. It's the 12 volt setup. And it seems to work, but yeah, it's the DeWalt's 12 volt setup. See, I'm a Milwaukee guy.
Same here.
Yeah.
You go to any construction site with any framers or anything, and you all see is Milwaukee.
Well, the thing is, everything that used to have a cord on it, Milwaukee has made it battery powered now.
Yeah.
Milwaukee runs the market.
Well, and the only thing you see DeWalt at job sites where, like when I used to do pipeline, the only time you see DeWalt really is their air compressors for nail guns and stuff. Other than that, you see Milwaukee everywhere. So, and if they do that for a living, they trust their tools.
Absolutely. Yeah, because Milwaukee, they got the electric fish tapes and all. They if it had a cord, trust me, they've already made it in batteries. Because I remember back when Milwaukee was nothing but Sawzall.
Yeah. Actually, NASA was the one that first came out with the first battery-powered freaking drill for the astronauts up in the space station.
No shit, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Right on.
That was one of the 100 billion useless facts in my brain.
Well, being that everything's yellow, like the wand and stuff like that, I would bet that they've teamed up with DeWalt, and that's why DeWalt is the power source for this, probably. I'm just saying. Hey, so if this is Wi-Fi enabled, I can actually tune my phone into this and record what you're seeing, right?
I have no idea.
Oh. Darn it. So he's the vacuum guy and the camera guy?
Well, he's the one that does the certification. Like, I'll still run camera and stuff, but he's the one that does the
Gotcha. Gotcha.
I mean, well, he's also been doing it for 40 years. So.
That's why he's driving the vacuum truck and not holding the shovel.
Yeah.
But he gets out here and he digs too. So don't. Oh, yeah. To the people out there listening to this, trust me, this company, they get down. They know what time it is, and everybody. There's no I in the word team. Trust me on this one. A lot of times, like when you're driving by a project, let's say the city, you'll always see like 6 or 7 city guys standing around watching the one guy dig a hole. This company ain't like that. This honest to goodness, good people here. I mean, they all have the same goal in mind, and that's a big thing. Having, okay, you could be on one page, but having others that are on the same page with you, and you share a common goal, that's fucking golden. And that goes for professional, personal, intimate, friendly, associative relationships, all the relationships. Having people that are on the same page, it really fucking helps. And all it takes is just one jack off to screw up the whole plan, but you weed those out over time. But yeah, having everybody on the same page, he's even got the rags for them. They all know what they're doing, and it's very good. I like to see this kind of teamwork. Again, there is no I in the word team. Now we get to see the real shit. Oh, no, actually, this shit's already back here.
I'll go to a point and I'll maybe mark that one.
I feel like I'm on the Jetsons here. So what they're doing is they've got a tracker that's on the head of their camera, and it's running. And what they're doing is they're just trying to find the leach field here. Again, the leach field, that's pretty much the last part of the septic system. But this is pretty fucking interesting here.
Okay, I'll stop there for a second.
So he's got a strength meter on that screen that he's looking at, and it tells him how strong the signal is. Cool. Yeah, so he's got a little screen on this wand. Of course, you have the audible sound, but it just the sound hardly wavers. I mean, you kind of hear it a little bit, but on the screen, he's actually seeing the strength of that signal, so he knows he could pinpoint where that head of that thing is.
Gonna get past that point?
Yeah, it gets real sludgy there.
Okay. Well, and got a big old tree right here too, so that probably doesn't help. Yeah.
Yeah, the roots of the tree is what they say. Okay. So X marks the spot here.
And that's exactly what the drawing says.
Yeah, it is. So that is something else. Yeah.
Oh, there's actual.
Yeah, we just proved it.
Yeah.
You were able to find drawings on this?
Yeah, from way back in the day.
Really? Okay, that's it. That's cool. Because sometimes it's just figure it out, But
They exist here and there.
cool.
Not
Right
so
on.
much with the city or the county, but privately, like different companies.
That's cool. So you all kind of like share information amongst each other, or
Not so much.
because some competitors they make you figure it out,
We had to look back in the archives for this,
Right on. Right on. That's cool.
Got 22 right here.
just like you said.
Yeah.
So we were earlier when I pointed out this green patch, we were totally off.
We're totally off.
Okay.
Something else was.
Well, a pretty good observation, though. I mean, if you think about it, it kind of lines up. But yeah, there's this green patch. You can barely see it, but there's this green patch right here. It kind of actually goes back to where the tank's from, and we thought the field was going this way with the green patch, but no. According to their probe and their listening device, no, it goes this way.
Yeah.
That's all right. It's okay to be wrong.
Not necessarily going to use it. Only if something comes out.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know why they're so fragile. The other one is not even working.
So we plugged in the USB stick to record. Right on. I am kind of curious, just a little bit. If it's anything important, I will have a copy of it. Not a big deal, but can't really see the screen from where I'm at, so I'm not going to force the issue. It's all good. But I'll tell you what, as he's pulling out this line, there's streaks of brown things on that line that he's pulling out. Wow, that wasn't that far at all.
Very carefully.
Yeah.
And of course, the guy with the clean hands gets to pull out all this stuff. There's a certain amount of you have to be sterile, or you have to be very mindful of this stuff, because we got shit from 50 years ago in here, and who knows what people had then and whatever else. But I'm probably making it out more than what it really is, but it's all right. And again, you have to appreciate these people, because these are the people that do the things that I myself would never do or wouldn't ever want to do. I'll tell you what, I'll go making money wherever I can make money, but this would be like the last thing on my list. Trust me. But we have people out here that's willing to do this kind of stuff, but this is what it takes to keep the world running. I mean, when you're out here in the middle of nowhere, not quite the middle of nowhere, but when you don't have city sewer, and even the city sewer people, they're it's a different breed. It really is. But it takes this to make the world go around. It really does. But yeah, that's a pretty interesting system they got there. That's probably five, six, $7,000 worth of equipment right there, at least. You know, but it's hard to do the job without something like that. I mean, like I said earlier, you know, you kind of rate the mechanic on based on the tools that he has. When you know, and the more tools you have, the easier the job becomes, and it really helps everybody because this thing here, not only do they have a camera where they can look at the shit live, you know, when they're shoving the camera down that pipe, but it also records it. It'll store it up on a flash drive. So therefore, they could take it and they could, you know, download it into their software and make it visible for, you know, whoever wants to see it. So, you know, there's a record proof of, yes, they were here, yes, this is what we saw, and yes, this is what it is. And, you know, at that point, anybody can view it. So it's pretty interesting. It really is an interesting system. So I don't know what the results are going to be. I'm, you know, again, I'm not the property owner or anything like that. It's kind of none of my business. But I'll tell you what, this system is a fail. Just so, would you call this a failure?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fail. Yeah, there's a hole in the side of the fucking tank. What do you expect? You know, but it's natural. You know, it's a steel tank. You know, from probably 1950 something. You know, in the middle of the 50s, and like everything, you know, they say diamonds are forever. Well, that's bullshit too, because they break and whatever else. But it's just, you know, just part of shit. You know, if you own anything in your life, trust me, I don't care if it's a car, I don't care if it's an airplane, I don't care if it's just a spot of dirt out in the middle of nowhere. You're gonna have to maintain it one way or another, and this is all part of it. It's called, you know, life. As it is. So anyway, hey, I love you all. Please like and subscribe. Again, my videos are mainly dealing with fire and burning shit up. So if you guys want to see some shit burn up, just like and subscribe. Mainly subscribe and hit all your notifications so that way you know when I come up. And I can't promise you anything, but I'll tell you what. One of my next it's right in line. It's next in line pretty much. My next couple of videos, I'm gonna have a fucking torch burning some shit up. So, you know, and this isn't made for children. If you're under 18, well, fuck off. You know, go somewhere else. But yeah, I'll be burning some shit up here in the next couple of videos. So just stay aware and informed, and appreciate those people that are doing these things that you definitely would never do. Have a good one. Love you all. Talk to you later.